If there's one thing you see Call of Duty players mutually agree on, or at least most of them, it's the fact that the game Call of Duty Ghosts, which released in 2013, the year after one of the most successful years in Call of Duty history with Black Ops 2, a game that revolutionized how you played Call of Duty. And no matter what, there's no denying that there was a change in Call of Duty after that game. Whether it was good or bad was up to you. With many players citing Call of Duty Ghosts as the downfall of Call of Duty, I decided to take a look and revisit Call of Duty Ghosts. And while I won't be playing the online mode due to there not really being players on, I will be talking about the game with footage in the background. So, there's that. Let's begin. The year is 2013. You're probably a kid just coming straight off of Black Ops 2, just waiting for the next Call of Duty game. When you hear it's announced, Call of Duty Ghosts trailer comes out, and people are excited for all the wrong reasons. The name Call of Duty Ghosts was a poor name choice, as many players, including even some of the top players in the industry, believed Call of Duty Ghosts was going to be about the one popular character from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Ghost. Ghost had previously died in Modern Warfare 2 and was highly voted for to get a sequel, to get his own little standalone game. And while I will admit the timing of Ghost's arrival could have been better, as it came straight off of Black Ops 2. As I said, one of the best games in the series by many. But there's one thing I do not think it signaled was the downfall of Call of Duty. Some may argue against that claim, but I stand with it. As what about Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3? Good games, right? Sure, not in the level of Black Ops 2, but still good games. I think the real downfall came with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. While you might be shocked at those numbers, I'm not. Well, not numbers by that claim, I mean. I'm not. Think about it. Many players nowadays don't like Modern Warfare 2019's style. Sure, the movement was great, and campaign was awesome. But many players complained about the maps, how the game was very campy. But there's also a game that came right before this, also made by Infinity Ward, that truly signaled the downfall. And while you might think that of contradictory, sure, could be. Modern Warfare 2019 has the downfall of current Call of Duty. But the downfall of older Call of Duty games started with Call of Duty Infinite Warfare in 2016. Coming straight off of Black Ops 3, players wanted a new thing to change things up. They don't even want another futuristic game, let alone a game that wasn't part of any previous named series. The name Infinite Warfare could also be misleading, just as their Ghost was. If you go back, look at Infinite Warfare's trailer, the like to dislike ratio was insane, especially at that time, becoming one of, if not the most disliked video in YouTube history at that time. Why, you may ask? Well, the answer's simple. People wanted something new, something refreshing to play. If Infinite Warfare hadn't been a futuristic game, it probably wouldn't have been hated on nearly as much as it was, especially at the time. The thing that truly harmed Infinite Warfare was again the same thing that harmed Ghosts: timing. All the time you can hear people saying, "Oh, modern Call of Duty doesn't hit the same." And I think it's because Infinite Warfare. After Infinite Warfare, I don't think they started trying nearly as hard as they used to. Well, Modern Warfare 2019 had proved they still had at least some skill to create a good game. Most of that hope was lost after Call of Duty Vanguard and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2022, as both of those games were mediocre at best. Vanguard, horrible campaign. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2022, slightly better campaign, but still not as great as the once, as I talked about before, great campaign of Modern Warfare 2019. I would sit here and say Ghost wasn't at least part of the downfall. It was. But compared to the likes of Modern Warfare 2019, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, there's no contest. Neither of those games were hated on nearly as much as Ghost was. Well, at least Infinite Warfare was. 2019, definitely seeing the downfall with Warzone taking over most of the multiplayer. Many of these statements I just made contradicted what I said before, if you're paying attention. It's because Call of Duty is a very subjective game. Vanguard, for instance. I liked it when it first came out. Got trashed as the game went on. Well, I might say I'm not a true Call of Duty player, as I don't play the games online. Kind of agree with you. After playing these games for years and having fun with most of them, Vanguard and Modern Warfare 2022 were definitely some of the least fun I've had. And after not really putting much thought into it, I would agree with you that I'm not your average Call of Duty player. I would argue that My opinion doesn't really matter to most people. Probably doesn't. But hear me out on one thing. Modern Warfare, well, not Modern Warfare, but Call of Duty Warzone was definitely a revival. Why was it a revival? It was a breath of fresh air. Something Infinite Warfare wasn't. Infinite Warfare was a subject of timing. I'm telling you, if Infinite Warfare came out today, most people wouldn't be that bad. At least not nearly as mad as they used to be. The downfall of Call of Duty is subjective. There is no one clear answer. However, there are many games that come close to at least hinting at the downfall. The downfall of Call of Duty hasn't been good. With Black Ops 6 on the way, some people are excited, some people are skeptical. Could Call of Duty finally come back? No, because it never left. The true heart and soul of Call of Duty lies in its player base. Many of its players are very judgmental of the new game. You'll sit on there after months of enjoying the game, suddenly turn on it, hate it. They claim Modern Warfare 3 2023 was a DLC. It was listed as a DLC, sure. But there's one thing many people fail to overlook. Fail to look at. Usually overlook it is the fact Modern Warfare 3 from 2011 also faced its fate. History repeats itself with these Modern Warfare games of now and before, as many players decided to hate on a game when they didn't really play it. They fixed many of the bugs that Modern Warfare 2022 had, and decided that the campaign was short. Do you know why the campaign was short? Infinity Ward, who had guidance over the campaign and gave them limited room to breathe, they had to make sure everything went through Infinity Ward. The answer to the question, was Call of Duty Ghosts the downfall of Call of Duty? No. The downfall of Call of Duty is not one game, but a studio by the name of Infinity Ward. They have not listened to the community and fail to do so in Modern Warfare 2022, as the beta feedback was barely addressed. After revisiting this game, I have to tell you it's very fun. There are some hit and miss maps, sure. One of the best DLC cycles I've ever played of any Call of Duty. After the extreme success of Warzone, with Infinity Ward having that in the bag, they stopped caring about the quality of their product and instead just wanted to focus on Warzone more than they did anything else. Anyway, I would just like to finish this video off with a saying. History will repeat itself over and over again with Call of Duty games. There will be this cycle of endless, will this game finally bring COD back? And then be trashed on by the community. It will happen time and time again until the community stops playing. So to answer the question, was Ghost the downfall of Call of Duty? No. Infinity Ward was. Thank you for watching. This is GWA Video Productions. Don't forget to subscribe and comment your opinion. Goodbye.